WGN investigates President Trump's mass deportation efforts right here in Chicago.
Yeah, there are several signs they're not as significant as promised, which doesn't mean immigrants aren't on edge. WGN's Ben Bradley is here with a look at the numbers, Ben, and the impact.
Ray and Micah, while ICE's last update said they've arrested 9,000 people across the country, they've refused repeated requests to reveal how many of those arrests took place here in Chicago. They're also not providing a breakdown of how many of those arrested actually have a violent criminal history.
As you've seen today, we're not sweeping neighborhoods. This is a target enforcement.
Days after the inauguration, and with Dr. Phil and his camera crew in tow, the Trump team announced mass deportation efforts were underway. But 3 weeks in, they now acknowledge the numbers aren't where they want them to be.
I'm not. The rest, if you look at the rest in the interior enforcement, it's about 3 times higher than it was a year ago today. 3 times higher is good, but I'm not satisfied.
Trump's border czar repeating his frustration with states like Illinois, which have laws banning local police and jailers from cooperating with deportation efforts.
Any sanctuary city that purposely released public safety threats back into public is stupid. I mean, let us arrest the bad guy in the jail.
While ICE highlights a handful of arrests of violent criminals under the banner "The Worst First," the agency isn't releasing much in the way of details. Syracuse University's Track Immigration Project says on January 26th, the most recent data available, 14,882 people were in custody as a result of ICE arrests, a 36% increase over 1 year ago. In Elgin 2 weeks ago, agents looking for a fugitive with a violent past didn't find him, but they did arrest a 44-year-old father of 4 who relatives say had been in this country for 2 decades working as a roofer.
I've already seen the stories. Non-criminals are being arrested at a higher rate, and they're going to keep being arrested at a higher rate because we can't arrest that bad guy in the jail. We got to go to the community. When we go in the community, we're going to find the bad guy. When we find the bad guy, he's probably with others that aren't a criminal priority, but they're going to get arrested too.
We did see increased enforcement, but not nearly at the rate and the numbers that the federal government was claiming and was threatening.
Immigrant advocates say they think awareness campaigns instructing people about their rights have made enforcement more difficult.
They're not opening the door when agents come without a warrant. They're remaining silent. They're exercising their constitutional rights and in doing so protecting themselves and their families.
President Trump signed an executive order ending asylum. He's also working to strip away protected status for those who are already here. Lawsuits have been filed over that. Regardless, though, of their outcome, there is another important ground truth. And